Hi dear students, good morning. I am Faisal, your social science teacher. I hope all of you are safe and stay in safe. We are taking social science chapters. Last year you studied social science and this year also you have social science and we are today we starting our first blog. Our blog name is changes in a family. Blog name is changes in a family. All of you know that family, we can define a family into a family is a social group of parents and children. Who are the in families? Parents and children. You can see parents and children are both living together in a family. We can see different kinds of families. There are two types of families. First category of family is a joint family. A joint family means it has father, mother, uncles, aunties, cousins, a group of members. A number is more we can see in a joint family. They're living together and share their responsibilities and living with a happy life. The next category of family is we can see that nuclear family. In a nuclear family we can see only parents and children. Like joint family we cannot see more members in a nuclear family. That is the difference between nuclear family and joint family. Compared to numbers of members, we can see that the joint family we can more members. Just look at this picture. This is joint family. We can see more members, parents, children's, uncles, grandparents, grandmother, all are we can see in a joint family. Let's just look at this another image. This is nuclear family. In a nuclear family we can see that only parent teachers, parents, children, only some members only in a nuclear family. This is nuclear family, and our new block 1, we deals with changes in a family. In last year, in 3rd class, you studied about some matters of family, and here we discussing about changes in a family. What are the changes we can see in a family? Well, our first area of changes is that gender, changing role of gender. That is our first area. Changing role of gender. Changing role of gender. This is our first area of changes in a family. To discuss this changing role of gender in a family, what do you mean by gender? Gender means male or female. In a family we can see father and mother, and both have roles. Now what happens? Some changes compared to years earlier and now, many changes in the role of gender. To discuss this, we discuss another story. The story tells that Rahul is a 5-year-old boy, and his father working from home and makes a good cook too. He make delicious food to Rahul, and his mother going to work. And Gayatri is a friend of Rahul. Both are neighbors. They are playing together. And Gayatri's mother is food to Rahul. And his mother going to work. And Gayatri is a friend of Rahul. Both are neighbors. They are playing together. And Gayatri's mother going to is a housewife. Gayatri's father is a doctor. One day they are playing with each other, Rahul and Gayatri. And Rahul says that we can play house. It's a type of game, house. Okay, Rahul said, okay, we can play. Yes, Rahul said that you will be mommy, I will be daddy. You like mommy, I will be daddy. Okay. Gayatri said, okay. Then Gayatri said that, okay, Rahul, you go to office, you go to work, I will be cook for you. I will be cook lunch. Then that time Rahul said, no, why don't you, I go to office, you go to office. Then Gayatri said that, no, mothers will cook lunch, they look after the home, and you want to go home. Then that time Gayatri's father came to there, and he said that, why don't you children playing like this of play, you can change another play. Okay, Rahul said, okay, we can change another game. Rahul said, we can play doctor. Gayatri also said, okay. Then Gayatri said that, Gayatri said that, Rahul, you will be doctor. Then Gayatri said that, only why girls cannot be a doctor, only boys can be doctor. This is the discussion between Gayatri and Rahul. Going through this discussion, we can understand about some changes in role of gender. Why Rahul says that only women can go to office, men can cook food. The reason is that Rahul's father working his home and he cook. He makes many food for Rahul. Rahul's mother going for work. He is seeing that like these of situations. And Gayatri, what about Gayatri? Is that Gayatri's mother is a housewife and Gayatri's father is a doctor. Why Gayatri think that only boys can be doctor? Gayatri's father is a doctor, and she simply thinks that only boys can be doctor. This kind of, by analyzing this story, we can discuss about the changing role of gender. Yes. Then look at this chart. By analyzing these points, we can simply understand what are the changes, roles of women earlier and now. Compared to, we can connect that story also. Earlier, most of the women stayed at home. They only stayed at home, don't going out, no education like that. They only staying home. Then mostly did housework, no other work, no job they are doing, only housework. They look after children, they look after their husbands, parents, and make food for them. And housekeeping like that, housework only they are doing. Then look after the whole family. This is the earlier role of woman. Now what happens? Now the women may go to work. Now women, they started to educate. They learn many education. Then they go to work. They get many works. And another point of changing roles of women is that may take decision on important matters. In a family, many matters, many decisions were to be taken on matters of holidays, on maybe buying cars or making homes, like that many important decisions want to be taken. In earlier time, what happened? These kind of decisions were taken by grandparents or father. Now what happened? These kind of decision taken by both father and mother. That is a change between earlier and now. Then balance of work. Earlier time, who makes cook? Who looked after? Only woman. Now what happened? The work, both household workers shared between parents and mother. They shared each other. Some part will do father and some another part category will done by women's. There is a mother going out, that time father will be do housework, house chores, houseworks. They sharing each other. Family roles are changed from earlier to now. This is the changing roles of woman. This is then and now. First, one more time I say, mostly old earlier time mostly stayed at home, then mostly did housework, then looked after family. Now all women, many of the women all are going to work and may take decision on important matters and balance family work they are doing. This is the difference between then and now. This is the first change in a family we discussed in our first block, changing role of gender, changing role of fathers and mothers. Our next area of our this block, changes in a family, we can discuss that wedding. Another area of change is wedding. After wedding, many changes take place in a family. What is a wedding? All of you know that wedding is a happy occasion. The next category is that wedding. After a wedding, next changes in a family, we can see that wedding brings many changes in a family. Wedding means it's a happy occasion, a new member added to that family. A bride comes to a family and bride leaves her home and go to groom's home. That is wedding. To analyze what are changes in a family take place due to wedding, that also we can analyze through a story. The story is said simply, Kabir lives in a joint family and his uncle Sunil got married last year, and the bride comes to their family. Kabir had to give up his playing room to uncles and auntie for their bedroom. But all of this, Kabir loved them. Loved the bride name is uncle's bride, uncle's auntie's name is Priya. Kabir loved Priya auntie very much. All the evening, Kabir waiting very eagerly, he likes very well. And Kabir likes to play with Priya auntie. And Priya auntie helped Kabir to do many homeworks. And Priya auntie helped that family to cook food, dinners like that with the help of the mother. The two families jointly celebrate different celebrations. This is a simple story of a Kabir and what happens after a wedding that brings changes to their family. That is the next category of a changes, wedding. That we can discuss with some more points. Yes. Changes after a wedding. What are the points? Yes. First look at new member come to the family. Second one, bride leaves the family. Third one, two different families come together. And for fourth one, responsibility of bride and groom increases. And last one, roles of family members may change. First one, we analyzing each of the points. First one is new member comes into the family. Like Abhi's family, Priya auntie come to his family. Like that, what happens? A new member comes after wedding to that family. Then bride leaves the family. Like Abhi's Priya auntie actually what she do? She leaves her home and join to Kabi's family. Bride leaves the family. And third one, two different families come together. Kabi's family and Priya's family come together. They jointly celebrated many festivals and they have a good relation with that two family after a wedding. Then fourth one, responsibility of bride and groom increases. After a wedding, what happened? The responsibility of bride and grooms also increases. The bride want to help her husband in all house activities, and the groom, the family members, those receives the bride, they want to make arrangements for that family. They want to support in all their household activities. That is responsibility of bride and groom increases is many ways. And last point is roles of family members may change. And bride, we can analyze the Kabir's family. In Kabir's family, what happens? Kabir also give up. He give his room, his playing room to who? To uncles and auntie. Likewise, all responsibilities, roles, family members may change. These are the some changes we can see after changes a wedding. This brings many changes after a wedding of a family. These are the area we want to analyze today. First we introduced the topic block 1, changes in a family, and then we analyzed the changing role of gender. Then and now the next we go to changing what happens at wedding, how wedding brings a change in a family. These are the points to be you want to remember, and you want to read the chapter very clearly, then only you understand all the areas. And I will give you some work to do that will help you understand more about this chapter. I will give you the homework, that is to how the roles of family members, how the roles of a family members may change due to wedding. How the you want to write how wedding brings a change in a family. How wedding brings change in a family. Brings change in a family. This is your work you want to do. If you have textbook, you can do that. Otherwise, when you will get textbook, that time you will complete this work. How wedding brings change in a family. Hope you understand all. Thank you.